Hello, welcome. Today we'll be looking at an interesting tutorial. We'll be learning how we can create what I would call triangular pointers. Yeah, the pointers, kind of the ones that can be used like for comment boxes, for image sliders, and for tool tips as well. You've seen these in a couple of websites, and today I'll be showing you how actually you can create them, and maybe to show you what it is. I have an example ready for you here, and we'll be creating exactly this. So maybe you can have a look at what it is. It's an image and it's having this kind of V-shaped pointer here at the bottom. Is what we'll be creating this in this tutorial. So without wasting any much more time, let's dive into our code. I'm using Sublime. Whichever text editor you're using doesn't matter, you'll actually come up with the same product. The same result will come whether you're using Notepad, Notepad++, whatever. So we'll start by creating our structure, HTML. I suppose you already know this, so very quickly I'll create my HTML file, then we'll get started. Right, so here we are. I'm going to save this on my desktop. I'm going to call it CSS triangular pointer. Call it pointer arrow. Let me call it arrow .html. So here we are with our structure. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create I will not create another file for CSS. I'll write my CSS right inside this head, between these head tags, and here my work will come, of course. Here you can as well, if you prefer, you can create a different CSS file. Then you can just link it right here with the link tag, but that's not necessary for me right here. I will just write them right inside these head tags. So I'll write my script, rather my style tag right inside between these head tags, and I'll get started like this. I don't need this for now. So between these style tags as well, I will do my styling. I will not create another file for that. And between the body tags is where I will do the entire work. I'm pretty sure you know how this works. So we'll get started. I'll begin by creating a div, maybe to give you a preview, like a picture of what we'll be doing. So I'm going to create a div, a wrapper, and then in this wrapper I will have an image, the image that you saw earlier, and in this image, rather in this same wrapper is where I'll create the blocks and other divs to play around and kind of come up with the pointer you saw in the previous example I just showed you. So we can get started. Create the first div, and we'll give this a class of wrapper. Call this wrapper, and inside this is where we'll actually place our image. So our image source is actually, can show you where this image is. The image is here, and this is the file we actually created. So the image is item4.png. So we go ahead and create this. Actually, we put that path in the source attribute. So it is item4.png is our source. So here we are with our image, and we can actually go ahead and look at it in a browser, see what's actually happening, so we can be at the same level. So here we are, this is our image, the one that we're going to play around with and achieve the point here at the bottom, the V shaped, and we'll be good to go. So maybe to start with, I would wish to put this image a little bit in the middle so it doesn't be so much at the extreme edge of the browser. So I'll go ahead and do some styling of the body. I'll style the body a little and give it the margin top. Let me give it a margin for both top and right bottom. Yeah, so I give it 100 pixels. Yeah, this is enough, and this should give me a better, yeah, this is good. So we'll now proceed with our work. Now this is our wrapper, and inside the wrapper we have the image. Now what we're going to do is, inside the same wrapper we are going to create multiple. We're going to create another div, and this div is actually going to kind of cover part of this image. So maybe to show you from this image, what I'm going to do is, what we are actually going to do is, we are going to cover part of this image right from the bottom here, just a few pixels, around 6 of them. So we cover a few of them right at the bottom like this, and inside this, because we're going to create this, will be a div, and inside this div we'll create multiple blocks. We'll create three of them. The one will be around 45% of this, and then another will be here in the middle around 10%, and the other 45 right here. Now the purpose of the small divs, in the small blocks inside the other div, which I would call maybe a ribbon, is so that we can achieve the same color of the body, which will cover part of the image. This might not kind of sound clear to you, but you'll actually get it clear when we begin writing our code. So let's go ahead actually and create our div, and we're going to call it going to give it an ID of ribbon. I'm going to name it the ribbon, and in this, now not to confuse you, I'm going to style each div soon after I have created them, so that you don't get confused with multiple divs and then styling them at once. So we can stop here first of all, so we can actually style these divs, the wrapper and the ribbon that we have created, so we can actually understand what's happening before we proceed. So I'll go ahead and first of all style the wrapper. Now this wrapper, one thing I would want to give it is a position. I would prefer to give it a position because I will want to position the other divs that are inside. So to actually achieve the best results, I'll give the position to be, I give it a position of relative. Yeah, and yeah, that's good. So then I'll give it the width. I'll give it around 600 pixels. I think that's the width of the image, and I give it a height of about 400. Yeah, that's a good measurement. 100 pixels. So that's our wrapper. Yeah, that's good. There we are. So the ribbon, the other div that's inside the wrapper is actually going to have there's a problem here. Class oh, never mind. So we'll go ahead and design our ribbon, give it some style, and because we want it to appear at the bottom of the image, which is actually inside the wrapper, we will give it a position and give it absolute. Now the reason is why we are giving it absolute is because we are going to style, we're going to position it in relation to the wrapper, which is its parent div. So we'll give position to be absolute, and we go ahead and give it the width to be 100%, so that it actually finishes up the entire width of the parent. And the height, we'll give it a height of about can give it around 60 pixels. I think that will be enough. We can as well adjust it in case we find it's not enough. So there we are. We have our ribbon with the position of absolute, width 100% and the height 60 pixels. Whether it's supposed to be 100%, not pixels. Yeah, so there we are. Maybe we would want to look at actually what's happening in our browser, see if we are actually getting what we think we are doing. So we'll inspect this element, take a look at here we are with our wrapper. Yeah, this is good. Wrapper 600 pixels, image, and the ribbon is right here. Okay, yeah. So maybe to make the ribbon clear to you, the one, so that you can actually see what you're working with, you would just for now, maybe we want to put some background color, but this is not, you will actually remove it at the end of this. So give it some background color, maybe we give it a white color so we can actually see, have a better look at it. Ribbon, let me check out. Probably we made a mistake here. So here's a mistake. This is it's an ID, it's not a class. So we begin with a hash. So there we are. Refresh this. We have our, so here we are. So the ribbon is at the top here, so but we want it down here. So what we actually do is we will give it the top where it's supposed to start from the top. So we'll give it a give it something like at 100, at 90% of the parent. So this will actually take it to the bottom. So 90% is not enough, so we can use this to actually achieve the right height, rather the right top position we would want it to. So 99 is good, so we'll go ahead and change this value to 99%. So there we are. Now with this, we would then want to create now, because now here we are having a ribbon right here. Maybe we will change this color so we can differentiate it from the other. So we have this ribbon right at the bottom of this image, but now we are going to create inside this ribbon div, this content actually, we want to create another block right here, another small block right in the middle, and the other at the far right. The purpose of this small blocks is to we can't use this ribbon as our container of where we can manipulate and kind of achieve that triangle from, because we actually want to, at some point we will want to reveal the background, and if we are to use this, we will not be able actually to achieve this. So we're going to put inside this ribbon more 3 blocks, and we can go ahead and create them right away. So we'll give it the ID. We call this right block. Yeah, that's the first block, and another we can give this an ID of maybe middle block. Yeah, and the last one we give it an ID of a right, rather this should be left. Call this left, and you call this right block. So there we are. So we are having inside our ribbon 3 blocks. Now what do we want to do with these blocks? We are going to style them, each one of them. So we start with the right, with the left. Start with the left block, and we're going to give it a width of we give it 45, and a height of course 100%, and maybe we want to give it a background color just so we can actually look at what it is. So I'm going to give it a background color of I'm going to give it let me give it a gray one. Try to give it this so it can look different from the others, so you can actually get a clear picture of what we're trying to do here. So when we go ahead and check out this, you notice that you're having this block right here, the one we've just styled. So we'll have another here, and we'll make sure that this is a small one and the other big one the same as this, right at the far right. So to make this simple, we'll now style this right block, and this is as simple as we'll copy this to save some time and paste it right away. Just change this to left, rather right, right, and then yeah, that's all. But then we would want to float this because we want it to float to the right, and this will float to the left. Yeah, there we are. So you understand that we have taken 45 at the left, 45 at the right. You can have a look at this. So here we have this block and this block, and we still have our 10% right here, because 45 10% is right, still left inside there in the middle. So we'll go ahead and style that middle block as well. So let's call it here, it's middle block. We style it right away. So we give it a width is 10%. We know it's 45 45 90, so 10% is left, and or rather this is width and Windows, sorry about that. So, and the height, of course, a height of 100%. There we are. And I'm going to give this a background color which is a bit different from the other. Let me give this a black one so that you can it stands out of the others. You'll be able to perceive it. So here we'll go ahead and check out. So we're actually having a kind of not seen, and this is because we have not given it a float, so we have to float it to the left as well, so that it can actually come just between the two blocks. I think having some small problem here, probably with a typo. Can go ahead and check out our code. Oh, here it is. So this is block, not double K. So we go ahead and refresh this. So there we are having our little nice black box in the middle of these two. So, and this is actually where we are going to get the V-shaped kind of impression of a pointer, triangular, and we will have to do just a few things, and there we will have our complete pointer. So the next thing we want to do right away is we are going to create just in the middle, just inside this little box, we are going to create another div, and this div will give this div a height of 0 or width of 0, and we will develop from there our triangle. Actually, that's the technique of creating a triangle from CSS, rather using CSS, and we will have to just do a few things to achieve actually what we want. So here we are. We will go in the middle block. Inside it we'll create a div, and this div we can give it an ID of we call it maybe arrow, and there we are. So we'll come here and style this arrow div. So we'll give it a width. Now this is the most interesting part, because we're going to give it a width of 0 and a height of 0. So you'd probably be wondering, why would we give a height of 0 and a width of 0? Actually, if you refresh this, and after saving then you refresh, notice that there's nothing yet here, because even if we changed the color for this, maybe we give it a background, maybe we give it a background of white, so it can come out. Still, you'll notice that there is nothing coming out of that box. Yeah, this is because we've given a height of 0, so it's like nothing. There's nothing right there. But it's from that nothing that we're going to develop a triangle using a property called borders. So we'll go ahead and create that. So with we can remove this. So we'll go ahead and say border style solid. You can actually create this in a single border. Just, is it a shorthand? Yeah, a shorthand, then you write, but we'll do this one at a time so each one of us understands. So border style, we're going to give it solid, then border width, we're going to give this can give this 25 pixels. Yeah, so, and we give it a border color. Now to make this look to appear clear to you, I'm going to give this a color. I'm going to give it a fairly dark color, so that it's different from the real box, so you'll be able to understand. So what if you look closer, you notice that this is now the div we just created, which has got a height of 0 and a width of 0, but because of the borders, so it has come up. So whatever you're seeing here is just a border. So it's just 0, then the border left, border top, border right, and border bottom. So maybe for you to actually, and because right now there are triangles here, and there are actually 4 of them, but you may not be able to see them because of the same color. Now to actually pull out at one of the triangles for you, I'm going to change one of the one side of the borders, so you'll be able to actually see a triangle out of those. So we'll go ahead and give a border top color, and I'll give this a white one just for you to see what I've been talking about. So when we refresh this, you notice that there's now a triangle that has come out here, and this is a triangle, and so you have to believe this is as well a triangle. If we change the one for right, a border right color, and we maybe give it red or white, you would see a triangle right here, and another. If we change it for the bottom, see another here and another here. So what happens is that when you give this, I would call it like a dot, because it's a width 0 and a height 0. When you give it a border maybe 15 pixels, that's the width of the border, it will develop like this, develop, and because you've given this as well, so this as well will develop, so kind of form that kind of cone, V-shaped. It's a triangle as well. So with this you can as well, and most of you have already seen the V-shaped kind of tooltip or point already coming out. So what we're going to do now is we would want to increase the border width of this little div. So we'll go ahead and check out how much we should actually add, because I had given it 25, but it's not enough because it's not covering up the entire little black box. So we want to see how much. So we come here and check out, and we are seeing that 30 is the right width. So we'll come right here and change this to 30 instead of 25. So we will give it 30 pixels, and so when we refresh, we have that. So you're now getting this, and this. So the only thing we are left with is to get rid of, rather to change this color to this, to the one of the body. I'm having white, if you're having a different color, so as well you just have to change this color to match this, and to match this as well, to match this, and now you change this color to be transparent so that you'll be able to see this. So this is how we do it. We'll go to our code and change we'll change this color here to white, or rather before changing this, I would want to change the color. I would like to change bring the transparency of this top, so you'll be able to see even before we change that. So I will change the border top color, the one that has been white. I'll change it to transparent, and you'll be able to achieve this. It's now showing the color of the little box that we initially created, the one that's between this and this. So we'll go ahead and remove the background color for the little middle box, and we just get rid of the whole of this. So the background will just get off, and when we save this, we come back and reload our browser, you'll see that we are now having the background color white. Now you could probably be wondering as to why we are having this. Oh, sorry, let me open this quickly here. Alright, so we are having this white background color, we are having this black background color because initially when we were creating our ribbon, we kind of gave it a background color which was white. Remember this when we can see it right from let's inspect this element. When we created the ribbon, the ribbon still has a color which is white. So when we remove this color, we'll be able to get the image as our background, and it will look pretty nice. So we can go ahead in our code, go ahead, look out the ribbon, and we remove this background color because we don't need it anymore. It was just for visual purpose. So we'll come back, reload this, be able to achieve exactly what we wanted. So here we are with our V. So the almost everything is now finished. All we are left with is to change this colors here to white, and there we will be done with our triangular pointer. So we'll come here to our left block, we change it to white. The middle block, rather the right block, we give it as well white, and we come to our border color for the arrow, we also give it white. And when we save this, we will go to our browser, will load, be able to achieve exactly this is what we wanted. So the idea is just simple. We're having this image here, but you have to, for the person looking at this image, will not know that this image actually goes up to about here. And then we have just covered part of it, created our triangle right here, gave it a transparent background. It revealed the image right here with a sharp V pointer, and there we are with our point. So that's all. It's as simple as that. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sticking around. In case you've not understood anything, you can comment and I'll be able to answer you. Probably I may sound better when I'm typing than when I'm talking. So subscribe and see you later. Thank you.